Yesterday, I joined a number of my Republican and Democratic colleagues and voted to begin floor consideration of bipartisan compromise legislation for our nation's infrastructure. Our country would benefit a whole lot from some targeted investment in the kinds of real, tangible projects that fit a common sense definition of actual infrastructure. Roads, bridges, ports, and waterways, airports, broadband. A bipartisan compromise to responsibly finance these kinds of investments is guaranteed to be big and complex. It's guaranteed to be the kind of legislation that no member on either side of the aisle will think is perfect, but it's an important basic duty of government. I'm glad to see these discussions making progress. I was happy to vote to begin moving the Senate toward what ought to be a robust bipartisan floor process for legislation of this magnitude. The kind of focused compromise that our colleagues have been hashing out could not contrast more sharply with the multi-trillion-dollar reckless taxing and spending spree that Democrats hope to ram through on a party line vote later this year. Spree is reckless on multiple levels. We're all familiar with the staggering $3.5 trillion bottom line. We all know it would only amp up the painful inflation that's already hammering middle-class families, in large part because of the last partisan deluge of spending Democrats rammed through just a few months ago. But just as alarming is the parade of left-wing ideas that comprise this mess, turning temporary pandemic welfare payments with no work requirements into a permanent dole, shoving through big chunks of the Green New Deal, government price fixing that would leave us with fewer new medicines and new cures,